Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Terry Ann the Writer, and today I'm coming with a mukbang. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I see quite a bit of YouTubers doing this, but today I have some jerk chicken and some bread. I'm gonna show you the jerk chicken, and I'm gonna actually do a story time while I eat my jerk chicken. And I figure this be good. And the story is about a true story that happened to me when I was in a shootout. So while I eat, and I'm going to eat with my hands, I don't need a fork with this jerk chicken. Oh, I have some, really it's a little bit of juice with some seltzer water. I love seltzer water, so I'm always drinking it. So as I take a sip, right? So here's what happened. My cousin, who is a DJ, he wanted to go to an after party one night after he finished DJing at the club that he was doing. So he asked me to pick him up because at the time his vehicle wasn't working. So, and I wanted to go to the after party as well. This is something me and him did on a normal, and we're you know, so I decided to meet him at the club that he was working at late after he was almost finished DJing. He's a DJ, and I didn't have any money because I had fell asleep, so I forgot to go to the ATM machine. I know some people be like, girl, you ain't got no business going to the ATM machine at night, but I did. And I got that reparation from a couple other people. Was like, you shouldn't be going to the ATM machine. I don't go anymore at night. I barely go to the ATM machine now. Usually I get cash back from something if I'm doing a transaction. You know, most people don't even use cash. Oh, and in fact, okay, so in honor of my jerk chicken, I have on this wristlet, and it says Jamaica on there. It's a Jamaican wristlet, and it actually has Jamaica on there, and I actually got it in Jamaica when I went to Jamaica for one of my best friend's wedding. She got married in the grill, and at the hotel they gave it to us at the hotel. I love it. It's very, oh, I love it. But again, back to the story. So I was meeting my cousin at right in front of where he DJs at is the club that he DJ is a bank. So I said, let me go ahead and stop at the ATM machine. It was another, like two other cars there. Felt a little secure, which is, you know, you never know. If you people get robbed 1 o'clock in the afternoon, this was late at night again. So as I was walking away from, I got my money, I'm walking away from the ATM machine. It's another guy behind me. He's going to the ATM machine. Two younger guys come around the corner. One of them had on a mask. One of them just really, I was so scared I didn't know what he looked like. Came around the corner with guns. Hey, give me your cards, give me your money. Like literally holding us up. So the guy, he jumped back. The guy who was behind me, he jumped back. It was like, damn. And he held it. He jumped and they grabbed me with the gun. Like they didn't hold the gun to my head, but they had the gun showing. Give me your car, give me your money. Just waving the guns around. I gave them my car with no problem. I gave him my car. I had a wristlet on, because I don't like bringing big purses out when I'm going out. And they didn't even take the wristlet. They just took the car. The guy who was behind me in the ATM, he was a Jamaican guy, and they didn't take nothing from him. You know, I guess they just needed one car. And I seen another car pull off. I'm assuming this was the car that they jumped out of, pull off. And then the guy who was behind me in the ATM machine, he had a gun. He ran to his car and got a gun and started firing off shots at them. With the gun. I jumped. It was some bushes. I jumped when I heard the shots going off. I jumped behind the bushes and I ducked down low, which was scary as hell for that couple of seconds. The police were called, of course. Police came. I didn't have any description of the guy. It was one of them, like I said, had on a mask. One of them didn't. But the fact that it was so quick, I was scared. But and the crazy thing is, they was right there in front of the ATM, so I'm assuming they should have had some damn cameras there to see them, even to see the car that dropped them off. because it was the car, whoever the car was that dropped them off drove the opposite way, and they went around the corner, and the guy started shouting out fire at them. Of course, I reported the car stolen. My car, I was the only one who got the car stolen. The other guy, the other two guys, one of the guys, he stayed in his car. He was too scared to get out, which was good. I don't blame him. And then the guy who was standing behind me, you know, who started shooting, he stayed there with me the entire time with the police. And my cousin came, he said he heard some shots, and he just walked up the street, because literally the club that he worked at was right behind the ATM. He walked up the street, saw me with the police, and then I told him what happened, and he called a friend of his, and the friend took me and him home. But that was like one of the scariest situations that ever happened. So I got to rent a car because I had insurance on my car, and about a week later, they found a couple guys in my car, joyriding in my car, pulled them over, arrested them. Then I had to pay to get the car out of pound, which is ridiculous to me after you get your car stolen that you have to pay for it to get out of pound. Then, you know, they found these guys in the car. I'm calling because I'm like, yo, they had me strapped. They had a gun to me. What's the, you know, well, can you identify them? I said, y'all have cameras all over the ATM machine. This is a bank, right? They couldn't get cameras. I don't know if they just didn't want to pursue it or what. These guys were young teenagers. But young boys, I don't know if they were teenagers. But do you know they never pressed charges on anyone? I called and called and called, and they refused. They said, well, we don't know who for sure who stole your car, who had the gun. You know, we found a couple of them in the car, and within like a week of them getting arrested, all of them were released from there. Now, no offense to anyone who worked for the police department, but that was a very, very, like, hit in the back. Because, you know, I've seen people go down for some of the crazy stuff, you know. But to not, somebody who held a gun to somebody, they just got off scot-free. They didn't have to fix my car. My insurance company had to get my car fixed, because when I got my car back, the guy who was letting off shot a whole bunch of bullets. But I really feel like the guys who stole the car was liable for that, because if they wouldn't have stole the car, held up a gun between me and that guy, we wouldn't have to go through that. And thank God no one was hurt within that incident. But again, that was so, you know, like, terrifying. It was a very terrifying incident with that. Now, I'm asking God, and I don't care nothing about the streets don't snitch and nothing like that. If you do something to me like that, and you tell me, you hold a gun up to me and take my property that I've worked for, and if I knew who they were, if I could have identified them, I would have snitched on them. So, you know, they could talk about the streets don't snitch. I'm not about that life. Because I know when I get up and go to work and work hard for my stuff, and for someone to just come take it, because, you know, I couldn't drive. That car was really, I had to end up giving that car up. That car was damaged. The bullet holes, you know, it was basically, I end up selling that car within like a month. Getting rid of that car within a month with all the damage it had on there, because I think they even hit it, the bumper. I don't know if they hit it when they was leaving and they was shooting, that guy was shooting at them, or they hit it when they was all riding or what, but the bumper was messed up. I mean, it cost me more than, you know, I had to give that car away. I mean, sell that car, but, you know. But that was my crazy story, and crazy, terrifying story. Incident when I was in a full-blown shootout Shootout, people. This jerk chicken good as hell. And I did get it from a Jamaican restaurant. I can't think of the name of the restaurant, but it's good as hell. But the lady who owns the restaurant, she actually put the jerk chicken on a grill right in front of her restaurant. She has a grill that she grills on, and I like the fact that she does that, because a lot of times I see people put it in the oven and it don't taste the same when you put it in the oven as opposed to putting it on the grill. Not that it's bad in the oven, but I like this grill taste this lady does. But you know, I was just thinking about, you know, a lot of the stuff that happened to people in our community who get gunned down, and a lot of those crimes are happening from black people's hand. Treat our own like that, you know, robbing from our own people, you know, robbing our own people, you know, stealing from our own people. Not stealing from anyone is bad, not just our own people. It made me feel some type of way, like, why are you coming at me? You know, we supposed to be people, you know what I'm saying? Why come rob your own people? Anybody, period. But, you know, just don't do that to me. Or do that to each other, you know? It was one of the most tragic times in my life. Being held up at gunpoint was by 2 young black boys. And I remember going and getting a police report. I think those guys' names were, if I could remember exactly, the guys who were found in the car. I think their names were on the police report. But I was like, man, I should have kept it, because I was like, if you know, if they did that to me, they probably did it to somebody else later on. You know, I wonder whatever happened. Did they, you know, get hurt? Because, you know, you holding people up at gunpoint, you probably gonna get hurt one day. Because, in my opinion, this wasn't their first time doing that. You know, I'm not saying it was, but they did it too easy. Give me your, I remember the exact word. Yeah, give me your cars, give me your money, give me everything y'all got. Give me that. And snatching stuff out my hand. You know, snatching my keys out my hand. Pushing me away from the car. You know, because I was damn near at my car when they came around the corner and robbed me at gunpoint. I can tell you, it was a long time ago. But I'm picturing them now. One of them was a taller, slimmer guy. One of them was light-skinned. One of them was a shorter, dark-skinned guy. Had on white t-shirt and jeans. Both of them had on like white t-shirt and jeans. I'm just picturing what they look like in my head. But, you know, for the longest time after that, a long time too, I was scared to go out at night. I was scared to, you know, I'd be looking through my window. And my window to make sure there's nobody there when I do leave the house, especially if I leave the house and it's dark outside. I'm looking through my window first to make sure nobody around the corner. You know, scared if I get out the car, scared that, you know, even now, I still don't really go nowhere late at night. I don't even go out that much no more. That's probably them telling me that I need to sit my behind down. which nobody should be in fear of their life. We all live in this world together. Nobody should be. I'm trying to move my hair out of the way before I start eating it. Tell me, guys, anyone out there who has been through anything tragic, how did you go about resolving that? You know, what was your end results for that? Should I go see a therapist? Which I don't see anything wrong with, because I have seen a therapist before. And I don't have once you find a good one, I think it's a good thing to do. Guess it was some unresolved stuff with that too, because it was years ago and I still can picture them in my head waving the gun. And I wish I would have kept in touch with that guy who was behind me shooting, because he really looked out for me that night after everything. He was like, you need to ride home, you know, let me know what you need. He gave me a business card to call him. He owned his own business. He did, I remember exactly what he did. He did like towels and stuff like that in people's home. And he was like, make sure you keep in contact. If you need somebody to pick you up tomorrow, you need to do this, do that, you know. But shout out to him. And some craziness is like, oh, he probably trying to holler at you. Probably, but I don't care. At that moment, I needed that comfort, and he was that comfort for me. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys listening to my crazy story. I appreciate all the subscribers. I don't like eating the skin. Some people might be like, oh, that's the best part, because that's what the thing is. This jerk chicken good as hell. Look, I like how actually that grill. I like it. I love it. It's so good. Let me know if anybody wants to know exactly where it's at. It's in Georgia. Shout out to you guys. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Give me some suggestion. If you something you want me to do, let me know. Shout out. Tearing this damn jerk chicken up, y'all. Anyway, let me pay. I love you guys. Be blessed. Be safe. Always follow your dreams. Unless your dreams is to hurt someone, then don't follow that. This is what it is. Peace, love, and unity.